Hey, it's Ruben Lowing here in McAllen, Texas. This is my leadership talk for today. I'm walking in the park. I've for like the last week, I've had some knee pain and back pain that have been kind of holding me back in my exercising. And I didn't figure out what it was until this morning at church. My pastor put out a real weak request for volunteers to help move a bunch of the food. We are part of the food bank distribution and for the valley, and they had to move out. They were storing some books, like pallets full of books for this college, this Bible college. And now that they were going to come and get them, they got their building, and we had to move these boxes of food out of the way. And it was some heavy lifting, and didn't occur to me till this morning, because I felt this pain before, back when I used to be a Navy SEAL, and carrying a radio, 110 pounds of bullets, water and radio around, does a number on you, especially when you're little. I was like 140 pounds, and so I felt this back pain before, and I'm like, what did I lift? Oh yeah, last Sunday, right? So all this, has a combined message for today, right? We had Easter service this morning at the church, and the church is fuller than it's been for a long time, just since I can remember. And of course it's Easter, it should be, right? But it's this pastor's done a really good job of promoting the church, right? And he used some methods that, statistically, like less than, the statistics of getting people into the church from a podcast or a social media post are very small. Well, those statistics didn't mean anything to him, right? He went and did it, and he got his results. All right. So I love it that he just didn't let the critics deter him. In fact, he actually got some of the ones that were doubting that strategy as big campaigners for him, which is very interesting. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you, how this affects my message for today. All right. So I'm like 30 shy of getting 500 people in the counter. Okay. And I got people like making a big deal out of getting those kind of numbers in the counter, right? Well, I got those people in the counter because I had the databases. They were people they were realtors that I had marketed for somebody who was a loan officer up in Houston that needed some help marketing. So I'm like, oh, let me talk to these people. So I got a bunch of them there's like 170 of them. So I probably got like, I don't know, a crazy amount, like 70 of them in the counter from that list. And then a bunch of them were from, previous business I had in LED lighting, electricians, distributors, those kind of people. Some other ones another 30 some were from one of my associates up in Indiana, people he knew. Another 50 or so from somebody who had like 300 business cards of people she had talked to in like 16 years, right? So that's how I got those numbers in there. Okay, so I don't get why people freak out that I got all these kind of numbers in the counter, but not getting results from it, right? You know, there's got to be that relationship established. Then there's that book I'm reading, the challenge. Well, I read it already. The challenge marketing, right? Versus the relationship marketing. Challenge marketers do way better. They're the top performers. They do better than the relationship marketers by far. Okay. But all a challenge marketer is, you know, making the ask, and it's fish or cut bait, right? People are doing it because they want what you got, not because of that relationship, right? Well, I'm finding out with what we do, there's so many pieces to the puzzle that you got to have that relationship to give you credibility, so they can connect the dots with all the information. Now, I can summarize it. Okay, we have product, 300 different companies for well, hang on, what is it? We have like 120 different companies with 115 different companies with 300 different solutions, right, in financial services that we can offer people. But we also that help them pay less in taxes, protect them from market volatility, get them a better rate of return than, you know, a good enough rate of return to be able to keep up with the taxes and inflation and reduce taxation. Okay, but unless you're making enough money to be able to save enough money to have your money grow enough for you over time so you can live off that money, you're never going to retire. And so our opportunity is what makes this whole dog hunt. Okay, if you don't have an opportunity to make enough money, then you'll never have enough money to be able to retire. And that's the magic of our recruiting. Okay, if anybody, you go knock yourself out, you can get a job working for a bank or a brokerage, right? But unless you've got a stream of income, an agency underneath you that's continuing to produce for you, even if you're not working, then you're gonna work forever. And that's the magic of what we offer. Okay, so you got to go through the numbers to get that business going, right? And I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're doing, you got to do that. And people aren't going to, even if it all makes sense, if you don't have any credibility with them, then they're probably not going to listen to what you're saying. Now, what's really smoking, what I've done, I'm this close to having all my debt paid off, got my credit scores up, have enough income to not just buy a house. I'm going to buy a multi-unit. I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to live in one unit and rent the other ones out, and the other ones are going to basically cover my nut for that mortgage. So everything else I'm making, I'm putting away. Right? I am over the top excited about that. Right? And it's just a couple short steps away from getting there. where I was, all right, and you catch that. I don't have to deal with that. I got a good story now because I have implemented the strategies that we teach. I don't, and you know, that's exciting, all right. But I did it because I have good media mentality, right? I tune in, I show up, right, and I make my calls, and you know, in the process of making those calls and have enough activity, I got to do a better job of nailing down following up. I'm doing a really good job of promoting the campaign and promoting this campaign, the 30 by 30, 30 million families educated in financial literacy over the next 30 years, makes people, they stop and listen, right? And they get excited. Promoting the Saving Your Future book. We teach this information. We've taught it at Harvard Business School, Columbia Business School. We teach it to the FBI and Oracle. Okay. You know, people listen to that credibility right there. All right. And then you got to go through and you got to point out that you got to make more money. You got to have more money, your money working for you. Better than 5%. You have to keep up with inflation. You got to use your taxation, and you got to make enough money to save enough money so you can have enough money so you can have an income stream when you stop working. All right. Bye.